what makes you or your desire to look the other way right now in what's happening to the world? I think I'll just start with you, Renee. What would be something that you feel that's happening that I know I want to run sometimes?
Yeah, when we've been talking about this series, I was thinking about how much we're really entering into a time of the unknown. And it's a time of uncertainty. And no one can really tell us what's going to happen. And so I've been thinking about how important it is for us to stay, as you've talked about, Padre, about staying in that present moment and really being aware of where is my spirit at? Has my spirit gone in one direction towards fear, or I'm anxious, or where have I gone? And I think we are all in this together, and the uncertainty and the unknown. So I've been really focusing on paying attention to those feelings and being aware of when am I more anxious? When am I entering into that place of fear? And to step back, take a breath, and then do a decree.
I love that.
Jesus, I trust in you. Or be still and know that I am God.
What's incredible, I love your statement, Renee, because for me, I I know God, but I remember in the last couple of weeks, God has been reminded me to go back to basics.
Yeah.
And those principles that I have lived by and maybe put them on the shelf and have to go back to them, because that's my grounding. Because I can get so, as Ron Ross says, so heavenly minded, you're no earthly good. And right now, this earth is so much changing in it that it's like, it doesn't make sense. It's not the same anymore. So it's like, but where do you go? And I know for me, I go into my heart and I just commune with the divine and with like-minded people, because that helps me stay afloat. Now, Ryan, what is your answer to that question of sometimes we just want to move in a different direction because we see the world happening and go, I don't want that. So how do you deal with that?
Yeah. Well, I'm always asking the question, whatever I'm doing, am I taking God with me? Am I seeing with God's eyes? Am I feeling with God's heart? I have a tendency I'm very curious. And so I have a tendency to dive in and want to look at everything going on. So I'm at the opposite of everyone, or some people would really. But I have to be really, really discerning when I'm diving, and that's even not the right way to do it. But when I'm looking at things in the world, and I'm not taking God with me, or if I'm, because then I'll take on all that energy on the news, and then I'm not in a state of prayer. So I can actually go into and look at the news for a little bit and be in a state of prayer and know that I'm not in separation with what I'm looking at. And then there are times when I get disconnected. I haven't allowed myself to anchor in and to receive more grace in that moment.
Wow.
And when that happens, I can suddenly go into retreat mode. I go the other direction.
Yeah.
And when I do that, am I taking God with me still? Or am I checking out? So I can see both impulses that I have, and really attuning to, am I trying to understand from my mind and diving in just to try to pacify something in me that doesn't understand something, or am I avoiding something? Both are coming from fear. So can I actually come from as Padre Ron Ross said, the heart knowledge, something beyond what my mind understands, drop down.